You wake up, and before your feet even touch the ground, you've already taken your first L of the day. You don't even notice it, because you've been conditioned to accept weakness. You roll over, you grab your phone, you scroll through social media, looking at other people living the life you wish you had. You look at men with bodies you don't have, cars you don't own, money you can't touch, and instead of doing something about it, you just sit there watching, comparing, and slowly killing the fire in your soul. You've accepted it, that's the part that's sickening. You've accepted being average, you've made peace with mediocrity. You've allowed the world to convince you that your potential doesn't matter. You want motivation. Look in the mirror. That's the man responsible for your life, not me, not your parents, not your boss. You think you're tired, you're not tired, you're uninspired, you're lazy, you're mentally soft. You've confused discomfort with suffering. You think waking up early is hard. Try staying broke for a decade. Try watching your family struggle while you make excuses. That's hard, that's pain, and you've got the audacity to whine about discipline like it's a punishment. Discipline is the only thing that will save your life. It's the only thing that will take you from being a loser to a winner, from invisible to undeniable. You think high performers operate on motivation. That's a lie. They operate on command. They move when it's hard. They act when it's boring. They dominate when no one's watching. Most of you only show up when it's easy. You only train when you feel like it. You only work when it's convenient. That's why your life is stuck in the same place, because your actions are controlled by your feelings, not your mission, and a man ruled by his emotions is a slave. You might not be in chains, but you're still shackled, shackled to comfort, shackled to distractions, shackled to the same routine that's been killing your potential since day one. Every day is a test. Every second is an opportunity. You don't rise when it's time to perform. You rise in the dark, in the early hours, when no one claps, when no one sees. That's where greatness is born, in silence, in pain, in solitude. But you avoid those moments. You'd rather be entertained. You'd rather play games. You'd rather pretend like you've got time. You don't. Every moment you waste is gone forever. Time doesn't care if you're ready. It doesn't wait for you to feel right. It keeps moving. The question is, are you moving with it, or are you standing still watching it pass? Let me tell you the truth most men are too afraid to say. You are soft. And it's your fault. You've got the same 24 hours as every other man. You've got access to knowledge, tools, resources, but instead of using them, you make excuses. You hide behind the phrase, I'm doing my best, when your best is garbage. Your best is weak. Your best is 40% of what you're truly capable of. You haven't even seen your real power because you've never forced yourself to go all in. You've never been hungry enough to push past pain. You've never hit that wall and punched through it. You back off the second it gets hard. Your comfort zone is a prison and you built it. Every excuse you've made is another brick in the wall. Every time you hit snooze, every time you skip the gym, every time you said, I'll start tomorrow. You laid another stone in the fortress of failure you now live in. And what's worse, you decorated that prison, you made it cozy, you convinced yourself it's okay to stay small. But let me be clear, being comfortable is a death sentence for any man who wants to dominate. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in struggle, in war, in the trenches. You grow when you suffer on purpose, when you voluntarily choose the hard road. Success isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what needs to be done. No one cares about your sad story. No one cares about how hard it's been. The universe rewards action, relentless, consistent, savage action. You've got to become obsessed, not interested, not motivated, obsessed. The kind of man who wakes up with fire in his gut. The kind of man who can't sleep because he's thinking about the empire he's building. The kind of man who refuses to be average because average disgusts him. That's who wins, that's who conquers. Look around you, look at the world. Weak men are everywhere. Cowards who whine, complain, point fingers. Men who think masculinity is toxic, who apologize for being strong. That's not the world I live in. That's not the world I play in. You think anyone who's built something real got there by being polite, soft, and agreeable? No, they were ruthless, focused, disciplined to the point of insanity. They burned bridges, they cut off distractions. They said no to anything that didn't serve the mission. And that's exactly what you have to do. You've been lied to. You've been told you can be balanced. That you can have it all by working a little here, resting a little there, enjoying life in between. Nonsense. There is no balance in domination. There is no balance in greatness. There is only sacrifice. You have to go all in or get left behind. You don't get to live like a king while acting like a peasant. You want the car, the body, the money, the respect. Then act like a man who deserves it. Wake up before the sun. Train until you bleed. Work until your eyes burn. Study until your brain screams. That's the price, and here's the kicker. Most of you won't pay it, because most of you are cowards. You'd rather be accepted than exceptional. You'd rather be liked than feared, but a man chasing power doesn't care who claps. He's not here to entertain. He's here to win, that's it. No validation, no praise, just results, and that's why he wins. Because he's laser-focused, because he doesn't flinch, because he's not controlled by fear. He uses it. He's not distracted by women, opinions, parties, or problems. His eyes are locked on one thing: victory. You want confidence. You earn it through repetition, through the grind, through doing what weak men refuse to do. There's no shortcut, no hack, no miracle, just work, day in, day out. You look a man in the eyes who trains every day, builds every day, sharpens his mind every day, and you'll see a fire that can't be faked. That's real power. That's self-respect. That's what you should be chasing. Not dopamine hits, not likes, not a comfortable little life. Chase the version of you that makes people nervous. Chase the version of you that doesn't break, doesn't fold, doesn't quit. And let's not pretend you don't know what to do. You know, you just don't do it. That's the truth. You've got the plan, the goal, the steps, but you'd rather sit and watch someone else live the life you want. You'd rather cry about mental health while poisoning your body, wasting your potential, and refusing to fight. You think talking about your problems is brave. It's not. What's brave is facing your demons and beating them. What's brave is dragging yourself through the fire, through the pain, and coming out stronger. Real men don't run from pain. They chase it. They use it, because every scar is proof that you didn't quit. Every bruise is a reminder that you went to war. Every drop of sweat is another brick in the foundation of a legacy. While others sleep, you grind. While others play, you sacrifice. While others quit, you rise, because you've made a decision to never settle, to never stop, to never kneel before weakness again. You're not meant to be average. You feel that in your bones, you know deep down you were built for more. That voice in your head telling you to level up, that's not a fantasy. It's a warning, a call to arms. You ignore it, and your soul starts to rot. You obey it, and your life changes forever. But you've got to make that decision every single day, not once, every morning, every hour. You either choose strength or you choose weakness. There is no in between. There is no neutrality in this war. You're either climbing or you're falling. So what's it going to be? Will you keep living like a spectator, or will you finally step into the arena? Will you keep running from challenge, or will you hunt it down and destroy it? Will you keep playing the victim, or will you rise like a king and take what's yours? You want change, then embrace the pain. Stop running from it. Stop looking for ways to make your life easier. You're not supposed to coast. You're supposed to climb. You're supposed to struggle. You're supposed to earn every inch of your progress. That's how you build a man worth respecting, a man worth following, not with affirmations, not with therapy sessions, but with consistent, brutal action. You've been brainwashed into believing life should be fair. That it should be easy, that happiness is your right. It's not. You earn your peace, you earn your freedom, you earn your strength. You don't just get to wake up and be confident. Confidence comes after thousands of hours of repetition. You want to feel like a winner, then suffer like one. You want to walk like a god, then bleed like one. There's no way around it, and if you're still looking for shortcuts, you're already losing. And let me remind you of something you've probably forgotten. No one's coming to save you. You think someone's going to show up and fix your life. You think there's a mentor, a partner, a secret formula that'll turn you into a winner overnight. There isn't. The only person who can build the life you want is the man staring back at you in the mirror. And right now, that man is weak. That man is undisciplined. That man is lying to himself every single day. But here's the good news that can change. You can change. You can rebuild. You can kill that pathetic version of yourself and give birth to a machine, a relentless, focused, dominant beast who refuses to lose. But it's not going to happen by accident. It's going to take intentional, daily suffering. And if you're not ready to pay that price, then shut your mouth and accept your mediocre life. Stop whining, stop pretending. Live in the cage you built and learn to love it, because until you decide to get out, no one's doing it for you. Most of you talk a big game, you say you want to win, you say you want to be successful, but your actions say otherwise. You skip workouts, you hit snooze, you cheat on your diet, you procrastinate on your work. You surround yourself with losers, you waste time chasing women who don't respect you, you spend money to impress people you don't even like, you do all this and then you complain about why your life isn't changing. Are you insane? Do you not see the contradiction? You don't need more motivation. You need more discipline. Motivation is for the weak. It comes and goes. One bad day and you're done. One obstacle and you crumble. Discipline, on the other hand, is built through pain. It's forged in fire. It's a habit, not a feeling. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're sad. It doesn't care if you feel burnt out. You do what needs to be done because it's who you are now. You are no longer a slave to your emotions. You've mastered them. You've controlled them, and now you use them as fuel. Let me make something clear. Life is war. Every day you're in battle. With your own mind, your own weaknesses, your environment, and the world around you. You either fight and conquer, or you fold and die, and the worst part, most of you are already dead. You just haven't been buried yet. You walk through life like zombies, numb, lifeless, reactive. You wait for permission. You wait for the right moment, but the top 1%, they don't wait, they take, they act, they move fast and without apology. You think your excuses are unique, they're not. Everyone has problems, everyone has trauma. Everyone has reasons to fail, but the difference is winners use their pain as fuel. Weak men use it as a crutch. You were broke, good. Then you've got hunger, you were abandoned, good. Then you've got a reason to become powerful enough that no one can ever leave you again. You were doubted, betrayed, mocked. Good, then turn that into fire, burn with it, build with it, use it, and let's talk about sacrifice, because most of you have no idea what that word means. You want the reward without the cost. You want results without suffering. You want freedom without responsibility. You want to be strong, but you don't want to give up your vices. You want to be respected, but you can't even respect yourself. That's not how the game works. You want to rise, then you have to bleed. You have to cut out everything that makes you soft. The comfort, the entertainment, the fake friendships, the cheap dopamine, kill it all. Burn it down, then start over brick by brick with nothing but discipline and focus. You need to audit your life, every piece of it, your habits, your mindset, your environment. Is it helping you grow? Or is it keeping you small? The people you surround yourself with, do they push you or pull you back? The content you consume, does it educate or sedate you? The way you speak to yourself, does it build power or poison your mind with self-doubt? Every detail matters. Every detail either sharpens you or softens you, and you don't get to complain about your results when you tolerate weakness in your inputs. You want to be rich, then act like a man who deserves wealth. Not just when it's convenient, not just when it feels good. Every second, every decision, you walk, talk, eat, sleep, train, and work like the man you want to become. And eventually you become him. That's how identity works. You don't fake it till you make it. You behave your way into greatness. You become disciplined. You become consistent. You become dangerous. And the world starts to treat you differently. Not because it changed, but because you did. You think people respect you now. They don't. They pity you. They tolerate you. But they don't admire you because you haven't earned it. Respect is earned with action, with execution, with results. You think the world rewards intention. No, it rewards performance. It rewards winners. So stop expecting praise for trying. Stop looking for validation because you gave it your best. Your best isn't enough if you're still losing, so make your best better. Outwork yourself, outgrow yourself. Outperform your old self until your future self can look back and laugh at the man you used to be. Here's the reality. Every man is born with potential, but potential means nothing without action. Potential is just a ghost, a shadow, an idea. You either bring it to life with work or you die full of regret. And that's the worst pain imaginable, to know what you could have been and to know you threw it away because you were too soft, too scared, too lazy to step up. That should terrify you more than failure, regret, weakness, mediocrity. That's what should haunt you, and stop chasing motivation, chase discipline, chase war, wake up hungry, go to bed exhausted. Push yourself past the point of comfort until you don't even recognize the man you used to be. That's when you know you're on the right path. When you look in the mirror and see someone forged in fire, someone who doesn't beg, doesn't flinch, doesn't break, someone who demands results from himself. Not tomorrow, not later, now. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting it. You don't need more support. You need to support yourself. You don't need a new plan. You need to finally execute the one you already have. You've had the knowledge for years. You've known what to do for years. You just haven't had the guts to do it consistently. And that's the only difference between the winners and you. They didn't stop. They didn't slow down. They didn't ask for permission. They just kept moving. And while you sit there thinking, planning, dreaming, they're already on the next level, already winning, already cashing checks, building empires, living on their terms. And you're still talking about what you're gonna do. Stop. No one cares about what you're going to do. The world only respects what you've done. So shut up, get to work, earn the right to speak again. Most of you are living on autopilot. You wake up, check your phone, scroll through garbage, get hit with dopamine before you've even brushed your teeth. You're addicted to distraction, addicted to comfort, addicted to weakness, and then you wonder why your life feels empty. You wonder why you're anxious, depressed, lost. It's not a mystery. You've turned yourself into a slave, mentally, physically, spiritually. You want to change your life. Start by changing your habits. Cut the poison. No more cheap entertainment. No more porn. No more sugar. No more staying up late for nothing. No more comfort. Kill it all. Wake up before the sun. Train before breakfast. Read before you scroll. Work before you rest. Stack wins before anyone else has even started their day. That's how dominance begins, with small victories that compound into absolute power. And let's be brutally honest. You're broke because you tolerate being broke. You're weak because you tolerate weakness. You're undisciplined because you let it slide. No one forced this life on you. You built it. Through every excuse, every skipped workout, every wasted hour, every indulgence. That's your creation. You own that mediocrity, and now you're going to destroy it. You're going to rip it apart piece by piece until the version of you that allowed it is dead and buried. The world doesn't care about your potential. It only rewards proof. Cold, undeniable, irrefutable proof that you are who you say you are, that you have done what others wouldn't, that you've suffered more, bled more, fought harder, and that proof only comes through results. Money, power, mastery, status, strength. Win in those arenas, and the world bends to your will. Lose, and you're invisible, and stop blaming the system. Stop blaming the government, your parents, the economy, your past. Winners don't blame, they adapt, they conquer, they dominate regardless of the conditions, they don't cry about fairness, they bend reality to their will, they don't beg for handouts, they become so strong the world can't ignore them. That's the mindset, that's the code. You're not supposed to be liked, you're supposed to be respected. Stop chasing approval from people who are weaker than you. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't even like themselves. Their opinions don't matter, their lives aren't working. So why the hell would you care what they think of you? You should be too busy building your empire to even notice what the sheep are bleating about. And here's a truth most men can't handle. No one is coming to hold your hand. No one is going to reassure you. No one is going to fix you. You fix you. You rebuild you. You raise your standards or you rot. There is no in between. Life doesn't care about your feelings. It responds to your force. You show up like a warrior, or you get stepped on like a worm. That's the law of life. That's nature. The strong dominate. The weak obey. Every time you wake up, you are in a battle, not just against the world, but against the version of you that wants to sleep in, that wants to scroll Instagram, that wants to skip the gym, that wants to coast through life and hope success just shows up. You kill that version of yourself every day, or it becomes you. And once it becomes you, you lose everything. You lose time. You lose power. You lose your soul. You think you're tired. You're not tired. You're soft. You've never even seen real exhaustion. You've never pushed yourself past the breaking point and kept going. You've never gritted your teeth, ignored the pain, and bled for something bigger than yourself. That's why you're weak, because you've never tested your limits. You've lived your whole life in the comfort zone, and the comfort zone is where men die, and I don't care about your age. I don't care about your circumstances. I don't care what happened in your past. All of that is noise. All of that is irrelevant. Because every man alive still has one weapon left: choice. You can choose to suffer now or suffer forever. You can choose to work like a dog for freedom or live like a slave for comfort. You can choose to build or decay, but you must choose, and if you don't, the world will choose for you, and you won't like the result. You've been lied to, told that success is about balance, that it's about happiness. No, it's about obsession. It's about suffering longer, harder, and more consistently than every other man around you. It's about wanting it so bad you're willing to bleed for it every single day. That's what separates the kings from the peasants. That's what separates the top 1% from the herd. They are willing to sacrifice their comfort for the crown. You want to be a man, then earn that title. Don't claim it because you hit puberty. Manhood is not a biological default. It is an earned status. It's earned through hardship, through battle, through pain. You earn it by outworking, outsmarting, and outlasting every version of your old self. You earn it by building a body of steel, a mind of fire, and a spirit that refuses to break no matter what. And yes, people will hate you. Good, let them. Weak men hate strong men. Broke men hate rich men. Lazy men hate disciplined men. That's how you know you're doing it right. You should be too focused on building your legacy to care about their envy. Because they'll talk now, but in 5 years, they'll shut their mouths when they see what you've built. They'll pretend they always believed in you. Let them. You don't need their approval. You need results. And don't fall into the trap of balance. That's what they tell you to keep you weak. You don't need balance when you're broke. You don't need balance when you're undisciplined. You need obsession. You need fire. You need tunnel vision. Balance is for men who have already conquered. You haven't earned that luxury. You're still climbing. You're still in the trenches. You haven't proven anything yet. So stop acting like you've made it. You're still a nobody. Now work like one. You think you need motivation. No, you need pressure. You need stakes. You need the fear of staying the same to be so intense that it forces you to move, that it terrifies you into action. You need to wake up every day with rage in your heart, not at the world, but at yourself. At your weakness, at your wasted time, at the man you've allowed yourself to become. And then you go to war with that man every single day. The truth is brutal, but it's freeing. You are exactly where you deserve to be. Your body, your bank account, your relationships, your self-respect, all of it is a reflection of your discipline, your effort, your choices. Own that. Don't flinch from it. Don't cry about it. Own it. Because once you own your losses, you can earn your wins. That's the way out. That's the only way. This isn't about self-love. This is about self-respect. And self-respect comes from doing the hard things every day, even when no one's watching. From winning the private battles that no one will ever see. From holding yourself to a standard that most men wouldn't dare whisper out loud. That's where power lives. That's where freedom begins, not in comfort. Not in pleasure, in sacrifice, in war, in blood. You want to be different, then do different. You want to be great, then act great. You want to be unstoppable, then stop waiting, stop doubting, stop hesitating. Build yourself into the kind of man who doesn't need permission, who doesn't ask for pity, who doesn't slow down when things get hard, but speeds up. That's the man the world bows to. That's the man you were born to become. But it's up to you to kill everything that stands in the way, starting with the weak version of you you've been protecting for far too long. Now go to war with yourself, with your old life, with everything you were told to accept. The world doesn't need another compliant little boy. It needs warriors, leaders, monsters. You decide if you're going to be one. You've heard enough. If after all of this your heart isn't pounding, if your fists aren't clenched, if your mind isn't screaming to make a change, then stay where you are, stay weak, stay broke, stay average. Because this world doesn't owe you transformation, you have to take it, but if you're ready, really ready, then this is the line in the sand. This is the moment your old life ends. No more waiting, no more asking. No more thinking about it. You move now, you act now, you attack now, like a beast unleashed, like a man possessed. You build the life you want or you die trying. That's the only way. You want power? Earn it, you want respect, command it. You want to be the man, become him, not with words, with action. Ruthless, disciplined, unstoppable action, every day, no breaks, no pity, no surrender. Because one day, you're going to look in the mirror and see one of two things: a king who conquered everything he said he would, or a coward who lied to himself until it was too late. The choice is yours. Now go and make the world remember your name.